What's up, traders? This is Vee Trades, and today we'll be doing a technical analysis breakdown for Metaplanet with the ticker symbol 3350 and MTPLF. I will first be going over what I see in the daily chart and finish the video off with the weekly chart. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Please trade at your own risk. So Metaplanet had a down day just like MicroStrategy and a bunch of other high growth stocks today. It looked like the correction was over yesterday as I did my analysis. I had this trend line drawn here. It looks like we saw a strong break of it. At the same time, there was this bullish trend line right here potentially in play, and it looks like we are holding up against it. So I'm wondering what gives, because it looks like price was finally ready to move up higher. So we have this bullish trend line right here. And then looks like we broke through the downward sloping trend line, ended the potential correction for higher prices. But with today, that could change things. So maybe, just maybe, the trend line can be drawn across this candle. So if we see selling pressure develop, then you would have to adjust the trend line, meaning that the correction is still on, even though it looked like it was over, at least momentarily. And it was. But now, if we continue seeing aggressive selling, then it means that the correction is not over and we could still see more downside. So let's see how this develops. It's still above the bullish trend line, so we may go a little bit lower and then see a bounce up higher, maybe just to back test this trend line as well. But overall, it's probably doing what strategy is doing as well. Like, it's right at the bullish trend line, even where Bitcoin is. Well, it's like a turning point where it can make a move up higher very shortly. Let's take a look at MTPLF, see if we could find any other clues on there. So we have MTPLF. It's still above the bullish trend line, as you can see here, and it broke this trend line, so that's technically no longer in play. But we're still below this trend line, as you can see here. So it's stuck between these two converging trend lines and waiting for a breakout. So we're probably going to see a breakout soon. Higher or lower is anybody's guess right now. I would say probably higher, just because, these companies are in a bull trend, but you can also be wrong and go down. That's why you can't be 100% about these things, these situations, these predictions. But overall, it looks like it's stuck between these two trend lines, waiting for a potential breakout. I would say maybe higher. Let's go back to 3350. And in this case, it's not really below both trend lines unless you drag this trend line over. It's technically just above the bullish one, but if we see more downside, then this one will come into play. So let's see how this develops. The correction may not be over, and it does make a lot of sense more on the weekly chart because we're still overextended from that EMA. On the daily chart, we're not, but on the weekly chart, we are. So we still might see more downside in the future. Let's go to the log scale. Here's a look at the log scale, and you go and move the drawings. Let me drag this line across. Yeah, so that trend line is not really in play. If you drag this trend line across, it looks like we're just in a steeper trend. So you take this swing to this swing. Potential channel in play is this one. So we're not really off a macro level yet. We still have a lot of room to the upside, like somewhere over here. But this correction may continue playing out sideways or downward. We already have 4 weeks of consolidation going on right over here. So 3350 is in a precarious position where it could drop down further, but I would say the macro trend is still up, even if we do see a pullback. So we're probably going to just be in a pullback state, either just a micro one like right over here and the trend goes up a little bit more, or we see a macro one before price moves up higher. I say regardless, the trend, long-term trend is still intact. Even if you do see a large drop, overall, most likely bulls will still drive up the price. So in the short term, it's hard to say because we're stuck between those two trend lines. One potential, one looks like it is confirmed, the bullish one. So let's see what happens in the next coming days. This is Vee Trades, and thank you for your time.